Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And they continue with Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones. Blind. The cult is looking for the Necronomicon. I thought I'd drop by my friendly cultist here and see what he has to sell, or alternatively what he can buy off of me. What do you know about the Necronomicon? Upon hearing the grimoire's name, he shows signs of serious discomfort. You're curious about the Black Book. You think the answers are there? There is only damnation and madness to be found in that wretched tome. Even I, with my unquenchable thirst of knowledge, never sought out that book. Believe me, no mortal will profit from that kind of knowledge. Well, thanks for the warning, but I need to locate it. You helped me once, Doctor, so I'm going to warn you one last time. There is a reason why that tome is called the Book That Should Not Be Read. Well, I may have become obsessed with this game of madness. You're hopeless, huh? While I was among the deranged of the cult, a rumor was circulating that the Miskatonic University Library had a copy of that book. I also heard they sent a group of zealots to retrieve it. And then none returned. With the mob blowing up the university gates to seal whatever there's inside, it doesn't seem likely that anyone could reach the Necronomicon. I'm good at reaching places, just give me a lead. Krog turns and addresses the empty air again. Yes, Barzal, it looks as though we're about to lose our trade partner. Such a shame. I know of a rear entrance to the university located in the Pilgrim's Parish. It lies at the end of a long, narrow alleyway called the Blasted Street. I'm sure you'll find it a delightful place. Where is the Pilgrim's Parish? To the north of here, where the avenue called the High Street used to be. Say hello to my cult brethren, but before you even think about telling them about me or Barzal, remember that Barzal Tharaganu and the urges it feels towards our kind. Have a good day, Doc. What's the catch? The catch? He smiles. Considering he almost never smiles, this cannot be a good sign. Just watch out for what you catch over there on the Blasted Street. I've heard it's not good for your health. So is there a plague going on? I think I might sell this, because I'm not going to learn magic, and the outsider already knows this. And what's the downside? I might buy this. Pendulum of Miss Montford. Even though the famous hypnotist's secrets were thought to be largely uncloaked, it was in fact an ability of recognizing her client's psychological weaknesses that truly contributed to her miraculous seances. What I would care about is finding Sonia again. Like, not gonna lie, losing one companion can bite me in the ass in the long run, but the soldier really, like, as sad as it is, Okay, I guess this is a hit and run by the cult. I'm out of ammo, which is a great start. Well, I almost got my second mental disorder. I will walk this way because maybe I think I dropped Sonia over here because that's where I met the soldier, right? Maybe she's still there, like in the middle of that field. She isn't. This is just the metal alcohol, which I'm going to leave dropped. Yeah, this is potentially a problem. Pilgrim's Parish. I will go back to town and buy some ammo at the pawn shop. Sure. Okay, he doesn't. They are, from the looks of it, pretty tough. Oh, I didn't buy ammo, damn it. I think I'll just flee. I'm not sure if there's really that much point in... Oh, great. I'm getting madder. An ominous breeze with a peculiar, almost human whistling brings you to a halt. As you lend an ear to the howling, you begin to hear malignant whispers riding on the wind. You realize that one of the whispers is addressing you directly. Oh, look, the devoured martyr. Why do your hands bleed? Were they ripped by the ones you lent them to? As the whispers have joined the muttering chorus, hundreds of sinister voices are talking to your head, ridiculing your beliefs and prodding at your mind. Try to protect yourself using auto-suggestion. Against the increasing mental molestation of the whispers, you keep your calm and you tell yourself, the whispers are merely a fabrication of your exhausted mind. They are a manifestation of Jung's shadow, nothing more. The whispers are silent now. You either got them under control or they just disappeared. Unavoidably, you ask yourself, were they really the fabrications of your mind? Well, my money is on the not, but... Okay, so I'm becoming more and more crazy. I think I'll take clumsy and just refrain from combat. Although that might be a problem if I only have one companion left who can fight. I have quite a lot of sanity, so let's take fearful. The loss of sanity increases. Lending an ear to the ruins, you're violently taken aback by the cacophonous medley of soul-freezing murmurs and vitrioling screams. The charred and buffeted buildings in this very house, into whose yet unscathed confines a certain Randolph Carter disappeared. It's just another carcass added to the death count of this necropolis. This statuesque rendition of Sasquatch, who has been the embodiment of man's primal fear of nature and his own dubious ancestry, fits nicely with the other curiosities on exhibit. This once fine cultural establishment has fallen to decrepitude and abuse. by the hands of the cult, who have turned it into their sacred site of pilgrimage. What awaits? These crude tents, looking like a cauldron of fiery rubescence, were from the name of the Red Dogsworth derived, offer a warm, albeit squalid shelter to the pilgrims. The cult has erected, decorated. I don't want to go there yet. I guess I'll inspect it later. This rather sloppily assembled skeleton of a subaqueous dinosaur is arguably the most eminent spectacle of this outlandish collection. From afar, one could easily mistake this primitive but singularly carved artifact of an elder civilization for a fossil of an actual prehistoric starfish. This Nautilus shell, the immensity of which ought to bewilder even a seasoned seaman like the terrible old man, once protected its owner from the perils of the unplumbed depths. Arkham Police Station. Despite having been one of the most sturdily constructed buildings in town, the police station was almost demolished at the Black Day and thoroughly pillaged during the ensuing riots. Okay, I guess let me slowly walk around. The question is, will the cultists attack me? Because if the answer is yes, I might be a little screwed. Become cleansed and reborn. The hooded man standing at the entrance seems like some kind of a crier for the cult, who is fanatically promoting whatever mind-abusing experience that is being on display behind the closed doors. Come, my brethren, I sense that among you are the worthy of revelation inside the Theatre of Bones, the only true miracle of the century of lies. Come closer, brethren. I can see that the fruit of renunciation is ripe in some of you. Beyond these doors you'll submit your hearts and purge your souls. Beyond these doors you will witness the perfection that is our beautiful doom. Step inside and purge the last fragment of your former self in the unearthly glow of cellulose. What is this place? The cultist looks over you with undeniable contempt. You're not welcome here, you of the wretched folk. You're standing on the sacred ground of the cleansed. He makes an odd hand gesture that suggests some kind of denunciation, and looks at the building, the Theatre of Bone, the last stop of the pilgrims. It is the one place we would condemn, kill and burn for, before allowing an uncleansed like you to enter. What lies beyond those doors? Though his face is hidden within the shadow of his hood, his eyes somehow convey the man's revulsion. You dare ask after the truth inside the Theatre of Bones, heathen? You think that an uncleansed like yourself is worthy of the miracle within? The mere idea is blasphemy. The dead eyes of the Fedayeen protecting the gates are locked upon you. Forgive me, I didn't mean to insult your religion. Religion? You fool! This is but the inevitable, ever-humbling acceptance of our true role in the reign of the Old Ones. Be gone now. But I wanted to ask, I've heard that all of the notable figures of Arkham came here before the Black Day. Oh yes, they are all inside, still enjoying the screening in its full glory. Yeah, my money is either on dead, or alternatively on they would be better off if they were dead. Hear me, you of the wretched folk. Your thinnest hope of salvation lies in testing your flesh with the pain that the stranger can endure. Seize the chance. Suffer and be reborn. What? So essentially, they have made a challenge to like all of the regular folk to kill me, or I guess suffer horrible fates at the hands of the cult. I don't want to kill regular people. Can I flee? I'm not quite sure how effective that's going to be, because they are crawling all over, but... yeah, sure. I can pay you. You're pretty useful, actually. I would prefer not to kill regular people, because they are essentially, I imagine, probably scared shitless for their lives. The bizarre curiosities exhibited here by the cult venerate the primordial grandeur of the eons before the rise of man. You approach the cultists who are hanging around the ruins of the Museum of Curiosities. Hold, you of the wretched folk. The belongings that we keep and protect are only for our cult brethren. What is this place? Nowhere that interests you, fool. Begone and cleanse yourself with pain at once. Your softness makes me nauseous. What kinds of belongings? The cult consecrates all property of its initiates until they are utterly cleansed from the emotional filth that bonds them to those puny items. You're not worthy to wear the hood, so you have nothing to do with us, the collectors. Leave before we add your weak, susceptible heart to our collection. Become cleansed and reborn. And disappear now. Oh, robe rags. I could pretend to be a cultist, but I need a mask as well? Unless it has a hood. I guess I'll get out of their view before I try it. That seems to be a normal person, although, you know, the term normal is kind of relative. Disappear now. Wow, that's a mountain of corpses. The masses of mortal remains are riddled with disease and putrescence. Approach us at your own risk. Yeah, I better not, to be honest. So, does it have the hood? Oh, I guess I can't even wear it. Those are tattered rags. The ragged remnants of a robe. In no use in their current form. Maybe I can restore them somehow. The cult has erected, decorated, and enshrined those crass, ungainly depictions of the awakened to worship them as totems or idols. Yeah, I think this is Cthulhu with the wings. Become cleansed and reborn. I kind of feel I need to get inside the theater. Although there should be passage to... Supposedly there was passage to the university that goes through here somehow. I've been told that Adam witnessed the miracle. Such privilege, where? At the roof of the hotel where the infidels live. Infidels, they are not worthy. Witnessing the miracle. Go to Essex Hotel. Okay, but also, find the blasted street. Considering the blockage of the university's main gate, my only chance of entry appears to be a narrow alley called the Blasted Street that accesses a rear entrance. I have been told to head to an area called the Pilgrim's Parish if I want to find it. Now, definitely this part on the bottom there kind of seems like it could be the part. Are any of you talkative? Not particularly, so to be honest, I will vacate those premises. And you have scavenged the following items. Can of kerosene, always useful. This kind of looks like it could be a back alley of some kind. You know, it's a bit secluded. It is indeed the Blasted Street. A father's diary and a gas mask, which I feel I should be equipping. Probably. There does seem to be some kind of a gas. Father's diary. Scribbled by a trembling hand, this diary attests to the woeful circumstances leading to the death of a father who attempted the impossible to provide for his family. You should have stayed in Providence, you idiot. Why did you have to bring your family to this godforsaken place? Essex Hotel, they said. The jewel of Arkham, they said. Damn it all. Miskatonic River boat trip, my ass. Now I can take all of those trips I want in those icy waters, alongside the monsters out of fantasy books, but to call them monsters would be an insult, as the real monsters are those mafioso cutthroats who settled in the hotel. They threw me and my family onto the street. Not to mention I barely managed to wrest my life from their dirty hands. Now we're living, and more precisely surviving, in a miserable freezing slum in Derby Street, and my goddamn American dollars are as valuable as rags and tatters I wear for clothing. I've muddled through all of the trash, and I've paced every alley, leaving no stones unturned. I cannot find any food nor cigs. Everything has been pillaged. Little Mikey is withering day by day. I must do something. I must do something for my family. Today I scouted around the cursed place that they've come to call the Blasted Street. I remain oblivious as to what sort of wickedness hides there, but the area doesn't seem to have been looted yet. If I can cobble together some kind of armor to protect myself, perhaps I can salvage something that hasn't been sacked and then barter it off for essentials. Just when that Garul's hides would have been of some use, the blackguard vanished. I had to listen to him praise his wretched patent for a week. I was so stupid not to pay closer attention. My chances would have been much better than with these rags. God, please spare me from the sickening dust. Give me a chance for my family. Although interestingly, there is a bit here that wasn't. I want those alongside the monsters out of. It's not transcribed, and then a costume mask I got from enough. I definitely think that's something I should avoid. Although I have to get through that place, so retreating all the way through. You notice the Baroness's loyal servant, whose robust self approaches you with a graceful but determined step. Please accept my most sincere apologies for interrupting you in such an untimely fashion, but I've brought you a new message from her ladyship. He stoops forward to extend an envelope. Thank you. Item gained. Presented to you by the morbidly gentle butler of the Dreaming Baroness, this elegant invitation exudes a fragrance of dizzying, dreamy texture on its envelope. Meet me in the Dreamlands. There is a seal bearing the letter B on the envelope. Okay, so I need to brew the tea first, right? I think, but I don't know if I even have the recipe. Maybe he'll just do it on his own now when I go to sleep. Because yeah, I don't think I have the recipe for it. So let's just rest. As you open your mind's eye to the ever-changing skies of the dream void once again, you find the blinding presence of a familiar figure right above you, the Dreaming Baroness, graceful voyager of the Dreamlands. She communicates with you through a soundless melody that resonates within your psyche. Once again these two souls meet, beyond the mystifying walls of sleep. I am grateful that you have come to visit me in this long deep. It doesn't rhyme. By all accounts it should be ABAB, but it doesn't. It is AABA, which unless the next line rhymes, unless the next lines rhyme somehow with the B, it's kind of nonsense. Vividly I still do remember all the things you've done for me. As the personage who pay for her deeds... Meets? Deeds? Maybe? I'm not sure, I already forgot what the first lines were. As the personage who pays for her deeds, this time the Baroness will set you free. I know you strive to break away from the clutches of prophecy and the burning desire forces you to find a book of infernal atrocity. Through a street of peril you will walk, poisoned and maimed by a peregrinous rock. The dreaming may indeed help you survive, if you listen to me before diving into the beehive. Well, as harmonious as ever. In the timeless language of dreams, once again you'll learn how to walk, halfway through the tangible, halfway through the dreaming fog. Thus the ashes of damnation won't touch you in the journey, and you can reach the false salvation waiting at the end of the Ulcerous Alley. You know how to pass the blasted street? A Dreaming Baroness suddenly halts the silent melody and starts transmitting strange ideas, imagery, and thoughts deep into your mind. All those seem a little too much to comprehend at the moment. There's an image of children. When the subconscious dance of the notions is finally over, you feel like something has been transplanted to your mind. Well, you should have asked my opinion. Beware, the blanket of forgetfulness will be strong. You'll have to write down the notes of this song. If you want to do this delicate work of recovery, you will have to find the tears of memory. You're being drawn into the surface of your consciousness mind now, and the song is ceasing to make sense. The last understandable words that you would distinguish were the Arkham Theatre. Okay, I've discovered the malediction of the pendulum. Right upon waking up from the dream, you start to take detailed notes of your incident with the Baroness. Although you understand nothing about it, you may just have a spell manuscript at hand. First, what's the malediction? Decreases maximum health. Yeah, I kind of knew that. I don't mind that much. Manuscript Nightwalk. The cursory and somewhat unconsciously scribbled notes you've put on this paper are the instructions for a warding spell, which were ingrained to you by the elusive Dreaming Baroness. Yeah, but the question is, can I even learn that? Find the spell component in the Theatre of Bones. You know what? I will go back to Arkham to check this quote-unquote miracle at the hotel, and I also buy some ammunition for the pistol, because sure, I might suck, but it's still going to be a little bit of help compared to doing nothing in combat. I'm not quite sure if I can afford doing nothing, seeing how I only have one companion left. Just as no night in Arkham is ever adorned by the moon to the warm encompassing arms of the sun, no castaway of this ruined asylum is ever likewise to be exempt from being frequented by one of its creepy patients. The scruffy man with swollen eye bags reeks of kerosene for some reason. Excuse me, would you spare me some matches? Sorry. So he wants to burn himself to death, which, even if you want to kill yourself, that's a horrible way to go. Why would you need that? I was a plague sent to punish an angel, and the smelly shit to bedo the face of mankind. Therefore I, The maggot of this earth must be washed off from its face. Have you done something bad? Are you sure you're alright? Benevolence is a fire that should not be fed often, for it must burn steadily. If you galvanize the flames, it'll soon become cinders. Do you know what hell sounds like? The tortured screams of your beloved greet you as you enter its black gates, and then you can't do a damn thing. They'll call for help, beg for a sweet touch, but you can do nothing. Hell happens to them because of you, you ignorant, selfish piece of shit, he says to himself, depressingly. Just calm a little and tell me what's the problem. Since death took her, what's left of my fragile sanity has been dripping away like water does from a tap into the sink. With her every whimpering breath, I was losing a war to protect my puny humanness front by front. Your time frozen in a state of mourning, with whose imaginable pain seems to have enslaved you. Your cold, hard diagnosis seems to have brought him to the verge of complete breakdown. Please, just a match. Please. You mustn't judge a life merely on its past when you still have all of the future to live. Which is, you know, a hard sell in this current state of affairs where the sun doesn't even exist, or the entirety of the outside world, but, you know, I will try. I just want a damn match. Do you have it or not? Here, you can have my cigars in return. Well, I'm not going to help. Although, again, this is I realize this might make me kind of a hypocrite, because I just said in the previous episode that I am all for the right to euthanasia, right? And this is essentially it. He's asking me for help to commit suicide, which I do believe should be legal, but it also should be overseen by actual doctors. Like, you know, in countries where that's legal, you can't just show up at a hospital and be like, yo, I want to kill myself, and then they kill you 3 minutes later. Like, there are panels of doctors who evaluate you and like your condition, and that you're sane of mind when you say it, and whether you have some underlying disease that makes you want to die right now, rather than, you know, contend with like the pain that it's going to bring you later. It's not... I don't think I'm going to help him right now, because that's not a very well-informed, sort of thoroughly understood decision. He's just in despair. Of course not. I can't commend your life to an abject death. If he wants to do it, he doesn't really need my help, really. Like, how he has money, how difficult would it be to buy a match? Like, he wanted a person to be with him and maybe try to like help him somehow. I feel bad I couldn't, but he stares at you with the eyes of a man whose days are numbered. Would you spare some matches? Just that? Have you done something bad? Yeah, good luck with your suicide quest, but hopefully you'll find some reason to keep on keeping on. Sir, I beg you, do you have a match, please? Sure. Well, and they laughed as they did it. Apparently it wasn't so much the sufferance of horrors besieging Arkham as the broken, tormented state of his conscience, wherefore arose his intractable wish for a fiery death. Lawyer's suicide note. Written on the back of a legal document, this note illustrates the inconsolable regret of a man who tried to cheat his own conscience for the sake of a grand ideal. Not a single living creature would like to hear that sentence. She didn't make it, I'm sorry. The awful powers of those words seem more than what flesh and blood were made to withstand. Upon the news that my mother's sickness had become terminal, madness began its inexorable oration. In my feeble attempt to bring salvation to the unflagging misery of this world, I fed my vanity with my sorrow, and thus came to find myself sitting in the lap of evil. How mortifying the ironic that by allying myself with Waxface, I became his lawyer and the embodiment of everything I detested. I was convinced that I could use the money, tainted though it was, for good and justice, and it would not matter. But would an agent of good murder someone, as I murdered the lady at customs? Yes, it was me who killed her, as with every failure that entails punishment in the law of the lawless, I duly received my share as well. I flinched. I just wasn't as good a liar as I thought I was. Waxface, slitting open the lady's throat, slowly in front of me, held my hands and pressed them against the crimson maw that appeared on her neck, saying, "Her blood is really on your hands now." They crimson see crazy, or rather, they see crimson crazy. Well, I guess he got his wish regarding his death. I will try to go to the roof next time, because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!